Jordan woke before his alarm, not in a peaceful, rested way, more like his body jolted awake from the weight sitting on his chest. He lay there for a moment, listening to the silence of his apartment, the whir of the refrigerator, the faint hum of traffic outside. His heart thudded too fast for morning. Another day, another mask to put on. He ran a hand over his face, feeling the rough stubble on his jaw. He needed to shave. He needed to shower. He needed about 12 uninterrupted hours of sleep more than anything. His phone buzzed on the nightstand. A message. Ava, morning. I left a sandwich in your fridge last night. Eat it. That is a threat, not a request. Jordan huffed a quiet laugh. He typed back, yes, ma'am, Ava. Don't ma'am me. Just eat. Jordan dragged himself out of bed and padded to the kitchen. The fridge light stung his eyes when he opened it. Inside, wrapped neatly in foil, sat a sandwich with a sticky note on top. Eat or perish, your choice. He shook his head, smiling faintly. Ava had always been like this, bossy, caring, persistent. She had a way of slipping into your life, like she'd always belonged there. Jordan ate half of it standing over the sink, not because he was hungry, but because she made it. Because she cared. That mattered more than the food. Work felt heavier than usual. Not busier, not more stressful, just heavier. Every task pressed down on him, as if gravity had increased overnight. Every email felt personal. Every mistake felt monumental. At 10:17 a.m., he made the first one. He sent an email to a client but forgot the attachment. Easy fix. Anyone could make that mistake. At 11:05 a.m., he made the second one. He misspelled the client's name. Again, small. But Jordan felt his ears burn with shame anyway. By noon, he felt like the walls of the office were shrinking around him. Whoa, you okay there? Jordan snapped his head up. Marcus stood in front of his desk holding 2 takeout cups. He extended one. Cappuccino, extra caramel. You look like someone who needs extra caramel. Jordan blinked. Why? Would you assume I drink that? Because you look like someone who wants to pretend they don't like sweet stuff, Jordan snorted. Is that an insult? Probably, Marcus said, smiling. Drink, Jordan took the cup reluctantly. Marcus pulled the chair up and sat backward on it, arms resting on the backrest. Heard you talked to Ava last night. Jordan frowned. How'd you know that? You told me you weren't home yet, then suddenly you stopped responding. Marcus shrugged. Either you got kidnapped or someone showed up. Jordan rolled his eyes. You know you don't have to check on me, right? Oh, I know, Marcus said. Doesn't mean I won't. Jordan looked down at his coffee cup to avoid the sting of emotion creeping up. Marcus leaned forward. She good people? Jordan nodded. Yeah, she's been around forever. How long? Since we were 12, Marcus whistled. That's loyalty. Jordan didn't respond. His chest tightened. Marcus's eyes soft. You don't talk about her much, Jordan shrugged. Not much to talk about. I don't believe that, Marcus said. People don't get that quiet over someone unless there's a reason. Jordan stiffened. It's complicated, Marcus nodded. Everything worth anything usually is. Jordan stared at him. Why did he always say things like that? Why did he see so much? Why did he care? It made Jordan uncomfortable. It made him grateful. It made him unsure how to breathe. Anyway, Marcus said, leaning back, I came over to ask if you want to grab food later. I have leftovers, Jordan said. You have excuses, Marcus corrected. Come eat with me? Jordan paused. He didn't want to be rude, but he also didn't want to disappoint Marcus. He already felt like he was disappointing everyone. I'm just not good company lately, he admitted. Marcus shrugged. Who asked you to be good company? Just come exist near me. Jordan let out a weak laugh. Fine, he said. 1 hour. Deal. The afternoon dragged. Jordan tried to focus, but his thoughts swirled. His fingers trembled slightly on the keyboard. He kept making small errors, typos, misclicks, wrong tabs. At 3:46 p.m., he miscalculated a client budget by a full decimal point, a full zero. He stared at the screen in horror. This was not a tiny mistake. This was a mistake people noticed. His heart hammered. His breath sharpened. His chest tightened. Not again, not again, not again. Jordan stood abruptly and walked toward the bathroom, nearly stumbling on the corner of his desk. His vision blurred at the edges as he made his way down the hall. He shut the bathroom door behind him and leaned on the sink. His hands shook. His breath hitched. Get it together. Breathe. Calm down. It's okay. It's fine. It's not the end of the world. But his chest refused to expand fully. His heart felt like it was vibrating. He splashed cold water on his face. It didn't help. He gripped the edge of the sink. Stop. 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 Just to stop. A gentle knock on the door made him freeze. Jordan? Marcus, of course. Go away, Jordan said, voice cracking. A pause. Then Marcus spoke softly. Just open the door. Jordan pressed his forehead to the mirror. His reflection looked pale, eyes wide, terrified. I can't, he whispered. Another pause. Okay, Marcus said quietly. Then I'll just sit here. Jordan squeezed his eyes shut. Shame flooded him. He didn't want Marcus here. He didn't want anyone here. He didn't want people seeing the cracks. He didn't want to be a problem. He didn't want to fall apart. He inhaled shakily. Why are you doing this? Because I've been there, Marcus said through the door. And because no one should sit alone on the floor of a bathroom at 3:50 p.m. trying to breathe. Jordan let out a strangled laugh. Marcus added, also because the coffee I bought you was expensive. At least let me get my money's worth of supporting you. Jordan hated how comforting that was. After a long moment, he unlocked the door. It opened slowly. Marcus stepped inside carefully, giving Jordan space. He didn't say what's wrong. He didn't say calm down. He didn't say this isn't a big deal. He simply sat down on the bathroom floor and patted the tile beside him. Jordan hesitated, then slid down next to him. They sat in silence for a minute, breathing the same air, letting the moment settle. You're not okay, Marcus said plainly. Jordan shook his head, eyes burning. Do you want to tell me? Jordan wet his lips, voice trembling. I made a mistake. A big one. And I feel like I can't do anything right anymore. I feel like I'm messing up everything I touch. I feel like everyone expects me to be fine and keep going, and his breath hitched. I'm tired of pretending I'm okay. Marcus nodded once. Then stop pretending. Jordan let out a broken whisper. I don't know how. Marcus rested his back against a wall. That's okay. I'll help you figure it out. Something inside Jordan cracked wide open, not violently, not painfully, softly like the cracking of old ice, revealing water beneath it. He bowed his head, hands covering his face, shoulders trembling, not sobbing, not wailing. just breaking quietly. Marcus didn't touch him. He simply sat with him, breathing, steady, present. Jordan whispered through his hands, "I don't want to be like this." Marcus's voice was low, steady. "You're not broken, Jordan. You're overwhelmed. You're exhausted. And you've been carrying too much for too long." Jordan didn't respond. "Couldn't," Marcus added. "Let someone help you carry it." Those words, the gentleness of them, the simple truth in them, brought a fresh ache to Jordan's chest. He finally lowered his hands. Marcus met his eyes. "You don't have to do life alone," Jordan swallowed hard. "I don't know what I'm doing anymore." "You're surviving," Marcus said. "And that's enough for today." By the time Jordan stood up, the tightness in his chest had lessened. Not gone, but loosened, like someone had untied a rope around his heart. Marcus stood too. "Feel steady enough to go back?" Jordan nodded weakly. "Yeah." Marcus gave him a long look. "If you need another break, you tell me, or Ava, or someone. Don't go silent. Not today." Jordan managed a small smile. "Okay." As they walked back toward their desks, Jordan felt something shift. He wasn't lighter, he wasn't healed, he wasn't fixed. But for the first time in a long time, he didn't feel invisible in his pain. Someone saw the cracks. Someone didn't run. Someone stayed. And that somehow felt like it was enough.